When I traveled first to Nigeria in July 1972, I knew next to nothing about the country. My husband to be had been talking briefly to me about it. He told me in particular about his village and that in his family compound there was no toilet, no electricity, no bathroom. I was saying, yeah, okay. For me, it didn't mean much because I'd been in the Girls' Guides in France and I'd camped with them in forest and slept in tents. So I was not too keen on facilities, but I had no idea about Nigeria. And I remember my first brother, that was going to what is now Benin Republic as a missionary, told me, "Well, you better take a sweater because it may not be too hot during rainy season." I was surprised because I thought that Africa was very hot. And I found out gradually about the variety in Nigeria, the difference between the equatorial and tropical climates, the cultural difference between one ethnical group and the other, the differences between the Muslim north and the Christian and traditional uh, south. And I remember one time we received a letter that had been sent to us, and we had named our home Bethlehem. So the person writing from my family had been putting on the envelope, our correct address, but it was also written Bethlehem and Nigeria. So what happened next was that from France, I guess, the the envelope, the letter was sent to first Niamey in Niger because people didn't know the difference between Niger and Nigeria. Then from there, noticing Bethlehem, people sent it to Israel. And obviously, Israel sent it back correctly to Nigeria and to our address at Nsuka. So this was very, very, symptomatic about the ignorance about Nigeria as a Anglophone country, because France being, ignorant of English, and lots of things like that. And I also met people coming from France and then going back after 2 years as people that were doing the replacement of the then national service and talking about Nigeria as if they knew it all. And that was only 2 years. Whereas it took me years and years and years, long years, before understanding people gradually. So, this is a lesson, about learning, first of all, about the difference between Africa as a big continent and Nigeria. And this is also revealed in other things. Like, for example, if you go to a library in France or a bookshop, you see that there are many publications, compilations of folk tales, titles, African folk tales. And if you open, then you see folk tales from Benin Republic, Nigeria, Senegal, Ivory Coast, Gabon, because for them it's all the same. And yet, you speak about France, Iceland, Portugal. We don't talk about Europe just easily like that. So we need to tell people that from one country to the other, languages, climates, cultures are different, and obviously that Nigeria itself, is a huge country. 923,768 kilometers, square miles. or square kilometers. And, you know, bigger than France, obviously. And people didn't know because, after all, before the independence, that country on my geography books in primary school was just a white blob. You know, there was no name because it was not part of Francophonia. So it was completely ignored. So one of the aims of my memoirs when I wrote them in French was to, you know, tell people that they need to understand Nigeria better. So that's my aim, really.